Today on Cityline, it's home day and Colin and Justin are playing with pattern.
It's a touchy-feely feast for the fingers.
How to use it without going overboard.
Yeah. Let's learn how to bring in patterns and actually make them low-key and welcoming.
Then, are custom kitchen cabinets really worth the cost?
Custom kitchen is going to be made for your specific space.
Or is store-bought the best buy?
But when you're talking about stock, it should be readily available because, again, these are pre-manufactured, they're already ready in a box.
And later, adding some style to your tile.
There's so much good product on the market that you just need to know what to look for.
We've got some designer-selected picks for you. Those are approved by you?
Those are approved by
Okay,
VT.
love
VT
that.
approved.
VT approved.
It's Cityline with Tracy Moore.
Hey! How you doing? Hello, hello, hello. Hi. So good to see you. Hi. Hello. Love the enthusiasm. Have a seat, gorgeous. Yeah, sit down. Sit down, everyone. You look so good. Should keep you standing up. I mean, that dress. Actually, can you stand up and just show us the dress real quick? Like, look at that. She's taking full advantage, and I love it. You look so good. Thank you for coming. We have a powerhouse of guests on today's show. This is a home day that you do not want to miss. Today, we're going to learn why you might want to buy custom cabinetry versus off the shelf. We're going to learn how to mix and match tiles with a designer eye and their stunning tiles. We're also learning how to design with pattern and how much is too much in one room. So let's kick it off with our dynamic duo, Colin and Justin!
Yes, Tracy. Pattern is absolutely everything for us, Tracy.
Listen, if anyone is going to do pattern, I feel like you two are the ones to do it. Am I right?
You are absolutely right, Tracy. Pattern is everything, but today is less about camouflage by completely suffocating your space and more about playing background and foreground at the one time.
Absolutely. And actually, just looking at your outfit, Ms. Moore,
Thank you.
You can see that you actually have the lesson in pattern that less is more because you've got really bold boots on, but a plain top, and the balance is perfect.
I was trying to just use your lesson.
You were getting into mode.
See, I was getting into it for you.
Excellent.
This space, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I want to live here. It is beautiful, and I am immediately attracted to this gorgeous wall. I don't know, is it wallpaper? Is it a mural? Whatever it is, it's stunning.
It's a mural. So that's by our lovely friends at About Murals. And, you know, we figured if we're going to do a piece about how to use pattern in the home, we should start with a really bold pattern on the wall, OK?
Yes.
But this is a bold pattern with a difference. This is a mandala. So it's actually a symbol of meditation, relaxation. You know, and I think the problem with patterns in the past, they were too clashy. There was too much going on.
Yeah.
Let's learn how to bring in patterns and actually make them low-key and welcoming.
Yes.
And I think that does a really good job. The fact that it's one giant print as well, it's not thousands of repeats, I think makes a big difference. It's easier on the eye and therefore easier on the room.
It feels very
It does, doesn't it? And do you know
like
why that
it
is?
grounds you, it's relaxing.
The reason for that is because there aren't a million colours fighting in there for attention. It's all a really sympathetic and really soothing colour scheme. So although there's a big statement, it's kind of whispered at the same time.
So you see this and you think, okay, obviously we're doing a lesson on pattern. And then you go down to the sofa and it's like, how is this pattern? I think it works beautifully, but why does it work?
OK, I'll tell you how it works. So in the 70s, there was too much pattern fighting. In the 80s, there were too many patterns, too many finishes, and it was just a lot of noise, visually speaking. To get pattern to work properly, Tracy, you have to work in a much lower key element. And this is all about contrast. So it's background and foreground. So a neutral sofa like this from our friends at Castle Life here in Toronto, available all across
Feels
Canada.
good.
Now, I know a lot of people get neurotic about white fabric because you're thinking chocolate bar, red wine, you're thinking takeaway food. These covers are made of a stain-repellent fabric, and what's more, they can be whipped off, whipped in the machine, and they'll come out good as new. But interestingly, so we've talked about the fact that the sofa is really neutral, Tracy. We've added patterns, not just what you see, it's also what you touch. And if you run your fingers along that lovely soft edge of the cushion,
So nice.
That's a pattern. That's a textural pattern. And that's you can see more of that down here. I love the fact that we're playing with the relief of this, the pattern of that, the pattern of this, and you've not overwhelmed. It's super, super balanced.
It's beautiful, and it's definitely an exercise in restraint.
It is.
Yes.
Less is more, Tracy Moore.
Less is more. That's what makes it work.
sure.
So the rugs are gorgeous. So is the lighting. What do you want to hit, Colin?
You know, let's talk about the lighting, because
These are
lighting can make or
beautiful.
break a scheme, you know, and it's still a mystery to us. We like to get out there, and anytime we're driving around, I'm always kind of knobbing in people's windows, having a good old look around and stuff.
So it's you.
It is me.
Close your
I-
curtains,
I know.
Tracy.
Hello,
Close and
Canada.
cover up.
I am that face
What
at
price
the window.
privacy?
I've noticed. I mean, I wasn't mad at you, but I'm
Yeah,
like,
no,
who is that
come on
guy?
in.
Hi. Yeah, I know. People still just have this single light in the centre.
Yeah.
You know, when the rooms are too bright, there's no idea about ambience. You know, so actually get some shades in there, people. You know, you want to look beautiful and glowy. But what does this have to do with pattern? Texture is a pattern, you know, so if that was a
Yes.
different colour on there, it would look super patterned, super busy. But because it's all colour blocked as one, it's muted and it recedes into the background, you know. And then when you actually stand back and look from the other side of the room, you can see the texture on that lamp base, and it's super rewarding, you know, and it's about the good feels in your house as well these days.
They're so generous and
Yeah.
curvy. I love
Aren't
them.
they? We love
Rugs,
it.
Tracy, what about them?
They're so beautiful.
Aren't
I
they?
like the fact that you layered them.
We did. We layered them for visual relief and textural relief again. Now, do you remember, well, obviously you're very, very young, so you won't remember the 1960s and that toy called the,
The
Spirograph.
60s? What's that?
We learned
Just
about that in
joking.
television history,
I
right?
totally know
We didn't
that
live
game.
it. We didn't live it. So the Spirograph was a little device that kids used, and it drew circles that interlaid across each other. It was a really beautiful thing. These rugs kind of take their design inspiration from all of that. And again, there's pattern down there. You're looking at pattern. You can feel the pattern. You go from your lovely smooth sofa, your bum's on that. You can get your fingers in there. It's a touchy-feely feast for the fingers. And that, for me, is super important. And you can
Yes.
change those around. And the good thing about having rugs in this kind of configuration is it fills a corner really well, or it fills an awkward shape where a square rug or a rectangular rug might be an issue.
Yeah.
The amorphic nature of that allows you to balance it and play around with it and make it fit your space.
It's a little bit more organic. I love that.
is.
It's much more
As
organic.
is the chair. Like, that looks so, like, boucle, nubby. It looks like it feels
Say
good.
nubby again, Tracy.
Nubby, nubby,
I
nubby.
love that
It
word.
is
Nubby.
It's good texture.
Isn't it? It's great. You know, if you have a chair like this, you never need to dry your bottom on a towel again. You know?
What?
You just
Please don't
get like
do
that.
First up, I'm not sitting in a wet chair with a wet bottom.
You know, exactly. Texture is a pattern, you know, and it is about balancing the plain with the patterns. You know, that's what this whole lesson is about. So if you have really, really patterned rugs, put something plain on them so that there's somewhere for the eye to go.
Yes.
And what it does is it actually makes the patterns pop, because they're not lost in a sea of pattern. They're given some breathing space, you know, so you might be scared of the white elements. Look upon them as being a canvas of which you use to paint your patterns on.
And then
What
finally,
a beautiful
tree trunks.
lesson.
Let me
yes,
just take this
yes,
apart
yes.
for you.
We're just going to get a little bit of nature in
We
there
are,
with
a
the
little bit
tree
of nature.
trunks.
If you think about a tree being chopped in half, you see the rings inside. Again, there's
Yeah.
another perfect observation of pattern played out on these lime-washed side stools. Again, it's such a calm look.
They're beautiful. Thank you for
Gorgeous.
the lesson, guys.
Our pleasure.
Beautiful. You know, coming up is the National Home Show, and I am going to be there. We're actually going to do a whole Cityline day on Saturday, March 9th, with a roster of our experts. It's going to be a lot of fun. The show runs from March 8th to 10th and 13th to 17th at the Enercare Center. You save $5 off your ticket with the promo code Cityline. Find out more on our website. Oh, yes, and I have something for the audience today. You're all going to take home a pair of tickets to the show. Go and enjoy it. So come and see me. And coming up later, Colin and Justin will be back to talk hot kitchen trends. Lots more home day coming up. Stay with us.
Here, Tracy.
Very well done. Coming up, kitchen cabinet choices can have serious consequences.
They're going to be pre-assembled, or they're going to come in a nice cardboard box, and you're going to put it together yourself to save some of that cost.
And kill your marriage at the same time.
Exactly.
Welcome back, my friends. Are you embarking on a kitchen remodel? Well, the decision between custom and stock cabinets is pivotal, and understanding their differences empowers you to make the best choice for your renovation project. It can be overwhelming. So here to break it down for you are the BroLaws, Dave Kenny and Joey Fletcher. Hi, BroLaws. Always with a little dance. For those who don't know, can you start just by explaining the difference between custom and stock?
Right, so we'll give you the layman's terms right out of the gate. So your stock cabinetry is going to be pre-manufactured. So these are going to be mass built in a factory and they're sitting in a warehouse ready to ship out to you. They're either going to be pre-assembled or they're going to come in a nice cardboard box and you're going to put it together yourself to save some of that cost.
And kill your marriage at the same time.
Exactly. Where
It's really difficult.
A custom kitchen is going to be made for your specific space. So you're going to get a designer in, they're going to put together that design of your kitchen, and then it's going to be made for your project.
Okay, so when it comes to kitchen renovations, let's talk a little bit about money. Price is often a factor between choosing stock or choosing custom. What is the investment?
Investment is your key word there, and I'm so glad that you used that, because when you are doing any type of renovation, it is an investment into your home. So you want to make sure you're making the right choice along the way.
Yeah.
And like you're investing in stocks or anything like that, your why is what's most important to help you choose which option and which route to go. Whether that's for a rental property, a quick renovation, if you plan on staying in this home for 5 years, 10 years, 25, those will help dictate where you want to go, as well as getting a realtor involved possibly to find out how much you should invest into that area of your home. Because you don't want to overinvest. Maybe you've got a basement apartment or a townhome. You don't want to go spending too much on a grand custom kitchen, but you also don't want to underinvest if you're in a big home in a big community and put in too cheap of a kitchen.
Yes.
So that's your fluffy designer answer.
Yes.
I do the finances for the company.
Okay.
I feel like
Get
that's
out
what
your
you
calculator,
want.
please.
You're looking for numbers, aren't you?
Yes.
So when you're looking at stock kitchen, we typically say between $10,000 and $15,000 for that cabinetry. Again, the cost is kept down because everything's pre-manufactured. You have things built by factories instead of by custom woodworkers in a shop. So that's going to affect that cost. Where now you're going to compare that into custom kitchens, you're looking anywhere between $35,000 and $45,000 for those same cabinets, much different cabinets that are manufactured for your project, and you're going to go down that line if you have maybe some unique needs for your kitchen and you're looking more long term. Now, if you have your calculator out, I left a $20,000 gap there in the middle.
Yes.
There is something that can fill in between, and there's lots of things that can fill in between. But for example, Woodcrest Kitchens, which is specific to home hardware, you can get in there and you can work with them to fit your budget as it goes in between with a ton of different options, because you have so many options when it comes to kitchens, right? So working with them, and you're still going to have that lifetime warranty in there as well.
So I'm thinking that if there's this price differential, there's probably a quality differential as well. So let's talk a little bit about the quality situation with stock versus custom.
Yeah, so we're using different materials like Joey mentioned. So with stock cabinetry, you'll often find that the doors or drawer fronts are thermofoil wrapped. So it's an MDF material, kind of like a vinyl cling wrap that gets wrapped around it. But over time, you can kind of see that sometimes that starts to peel back, especially if it's in a humid area or something like that, that vinyl can start to peel off. Where these, like Woodcrest Kitchen Cabinet Company, they've got like a nice painted MDF. So you've got like a hard lacquer finish on that. That's going to be a little bit more durable, as well as some different real wood options as well.
Okay.
You can see that right over here. This is a custom built box that's actually going in at one of our projects. It got delivered yesterday and we snagged it and brought it down here.
Thank you.
So you can see with the box itself, we call that the carcass in the industry. It's a bit dark, but it is what it is. You can see how it's fastened together. It's well built. It's tons of screws. It's a solid box. And then you can see a lot of the difference in these drawer boxes. Solid maple wood. You have dovetail joinery on all of the corners. So this is a solidly built quality unit that's going to be going into this custom kitchen.
Where the stock one here has metal parts, it's a little bit more open on the side. It's easy to be mass manufactured. A robot can kind of dial in all of these pieces, and then you're going to screw them all together and assemble them. One thing that is necessary, whether it's stock or custom, is soft close hinges.
It's a must.
It's a must. No slamming anymore.
It's just the most beautiful thing. You just said my trigger word as well. You said robot. I'm like, I don't want it if a robot did it. I just feel like the robots are taking over, right? Maybe I want a real human to make my cabinets, not the robot. Okay, let's talk about a little bit of both. Can you make a stock cabinetry, sort of get it installed custom so that you have the best of both worlds.
Yeah, so you can do a bit of both. You can either make it a little more custom by just adding some nicer details to it to be able to make it look a little nicer, whether that's hardware and stuff like that. Or what we would suggest is using it in different areas. So we had a project where we had a custom kitchen and then we had a separate pantry. And then inside that pantry, we utilized more stock cabinetry. It's something that's not going to be seen as much. The door is going to be closed, but it still helps you utilize that space for the storage. So that way you can kind of balance the budget a bit.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, the timeline, stock versus custom.
Yeah, you're going to have a wide range there. So when you're talking about stock, it should be readily available because, again, these are pre-manufactured. They're already ready in a box, ready for you to assemble. So you're going to save a lot on timeline. So if your why is a quick turnaround for something that's a resale, that's going to be one of your main paths to go.
Okay.
Yeah, where custom, you're looking at probably more 4 to 6 weeks wait.
Yeah.
But you're also having to work with a contractor's timeline too, right? Because it's not just you putting them in. Where with the stock, if you're DIYing it, you can go grab it, do it all yourself, right?
Right.
So you've got definitely a more bigger timeline with custom, but it gives you more time to be able to plan out what you want to do, and you just gotta schedule for that.
Totally. Okay, let's talk design options. What are some of the unique options that you have when you're going with custom? Because I imagine, like, the sky's the limit.
Exactly. That's where custom really excels, is that design feature. And don't underestimate having a designer involved. We've got Colin Justin here today. And when it comes to the kitchen, having a designer can help in volumes. All the different accessories, the flow of traffic through a kitchen, whether or not you could take down walls to make room for more cabinetry. So there's so many options when it comes to custom, and that's where it really shines, is in the design.
Especially with the appliances. So with custom, you can cover over your fridge door or your dishwasher door with cabinetry. So it all just clean across there. But one of my favorite things is built-in appliances, like a built-in coffee barista maker. So on this project, we put that in. It had a direct water feed line so that you didn't have to fill a tank or anything. And you just had, like, at the touch of a fingerprint, coffee, espresso, lattes. And I mean, that might have made that project go a little bit longer because we have to test our products that we install, right?
Yes,
we tested it thoroughly.
And then at 5 o'clock, then does Prosecco run through that?
You know?
Like, wouldn't that be nice? Like just a switch.
Yes.
5 o'clock. Thank you so much, Dave and Joey. So good. We'll be right back. We're taking a quick break. Stay with us, everyone. Coming up, tiles so good, I'm already buying them in my head. If I win the lottery, I'm not going to tell you, but those are going to be in my house.
Yes.
They're so good. Welcome back, everyone. You know, tile is a versatile, clean surface that is popular in so many areas of the home, and there are so many good options. So here with everything you need to know about tiles and tiling is Victoria Tonelli, designer extraordinaire. You really did it up. Like, choosing the right tile, it is a journey because there's so much out there, Vic.
Yes, it's very hard because there's so much good product on the market, but there's so much innovation in that category that you just need to know what to look for.
Yes.
Which is why I'm here.
We brought in the big guns.
Yes.
Show us what to look for, Victoria.
Okay, so all the eye candy in here is from Euro Tile and Stone. So they have such amazing selection and also so much innovation that's going on in their showroom. So there's a few things that I want honorable mention to. So this tile, it's called the Wallpaper tile. So I've actually never seen this before, but it's a really large format tile that's meant to mimic wallpaper, traditional wallpaper, with the benefits of a porcelain tile. It's really big, so there's going to be very limited grout lines.
Yes.
So I thought that could be a cool thing as an accent in a bathroom or something like that.
If you don't, like, it's better, a little bit better just because you can now wash your walls.
Totally.
If you want to wash your walls, like, and keep it really clean, get the fingerprints off. It's beautiful.
Nice and durable.
Yeah.
This is something to mimic wall paneling. The wood wall paneling is very in right now.
Yeah.
So I loved how this will add some dimension to your wall, but again, with the durability of a porcelain tile. And then lastly, this category, which is the porcelain tile that's trying to be the natural stone.
Yes.
You really have to find a good one. Don't go for those fakey looking ones.
Yeah.
I really would highly advise against.
Yeah.
These ones, it's called 3D surface technology. So it really gives that look that's very realistic and the feel.
Oh,
the
it feels
texture
good.
of real stone. So look for those few things when you're buying your tile.
Those are approved by you?
Those are approved by
okay.
VT.
Love
VT
that.
approved.
VT approved. Okay, let's talk about mixing and matching.
Okay, let's. So when you're picking your tile, you're often picking a floor tile and a wall tile, especially if you're in a bathroom.
Yeah.
So I want you to play with a few different things. One is scale. So if you are going for a large scale tile on the floor, you could play around with a smaller scale tile on the wall. So something like this. This would be more of a modern subway
That's
tile.
nice. Yeah.
Why I chose this, there is some rules here though, obviously.
Of course there are.
Of course there is.
Yep.
That you have to go within a very complementary color palette. So this, for example, to me, wouldn't work necessarily.
No
You
bueno.
really want to create some unity, especially when you're playing around with scale. And then also like this here too, this was another quick combination. This could go on the walls, and then this mosaic could go on the floors.
Beautiful.
Again, you have some unity going on there with the colors, but playing around with scale.
Very nice.
And then lastly is the combination that I love on the floor here. It's the checkerboard pattern. So I mixed some marble and then the more modern cement tile. I like the tension that that creates, but again, within that same color palette.
That is such a gorgeous way to do it, and such huge tiles. Like, it's almost the bigger the better, less grout, right?
Yep.
Less of those distractions happening. Let's talk about subway tile. Subway tile, I don't know. It's had a moment for what, like a decade and a half?
It's a long moment.
It's a long moment of subway tile.
I think it's kind of on its way out.
You feel so?
I know it's a classic.
Are you pushing it out?
I'm kind of pushing it a little bit, like a little bit of a nudge, because there's a way to do it in a modern way.
Okay.
So one thing to do, if you are going to go with a basic, obviously it's a cost saver, but go for something that's a bit more modern. So this is a bit more modern in size because it's skinnier and it's also taller. This is a 2x8 versus the traditional 3x6.
Right.
And then also color.
Yes.
All these come in such amazing saturated colors, which I know is shocking for me to be pushing. But
I came here and I was like, so I know Victoria, this is her table, but who brought these?
Who is this girl?
Because Victoria doesn't do this. So saturated color, you're giving it a check.
These are they're rich enough for me that I can get behind.
Love
like this
that.
color here, the green, I really like. I feel like this could be a really interesting pop.
Yeah.
And then that goes also towards how you install it.
Okay, so let's talk about installation. You wanted to mix that up a little bit.
I did. So instead of doing the brick pattern, which you've seen ad nauseum, I would do a vertical. For example, a vertical soldier stack, they call it.
Yep.
Or you can mix and match. I have a photo here which is vertical and horizontal.
That's nice.
So you're mixing the orientation.
Yeah.
You could do something like a stripe, which is alternating the white and then the green. This is a picture of that there too.
Nice.
Just super elevated.
Yeah.
And then color blocking. You could do 3/4 of the top wall in white and then the bottom in this nice rich green.
That's stunning.
Just
so
to think.
that's how you would use the color.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Me too.
Okay, let's talk about what's happening underneath the tiles. That's very important.
So important. So this is, I want to say this though with the understanding that I'm not installing the tile and I have no interest of installing the tile or learning how to. But these are the things that you have to look out for and make sure that your installer are doing these steps. These are non-negotiables. So all this product here is from Schluter. They're the leaders in this category. And what I always say for underneath the floors, you need this product called Detra. It's an uncoupling membrane. What it does, it just absorbs any movement that the floor will get, so it will avoid any cracking to the tile or the grout.
Oh, nice.
So always look for that. This is their version that's called Detra Heat. You can actually add cables and very easily add heating to your tiled floors.
Beautiful.
And it's a way of making sure that it's water resistant and waterproof. Very important with tile install. And then for the walls, this is what we call Curdy board. What's great about this is you can use it instead of drywall. So if you're down to the studs, Curdy board is your friend, and it allows it for no mold, no mildew behind the tiles.
Nice.
You can
it's so lightweight.
Yes, it is. And you can have the nicest looking tiles in the world. If you don't install it properly, then forget about it.
Yeah, forget it.
Forget about it. And then this is the membrane, Curdy membrane, that goes right on top of drywall.
Okay, so everyone decided they were only going to do it in orange.
Yes.
Okay, the decision was made. That's fine. That's fine. It's under the
I don't know
tile
if this is good that this is underneath the tile. I don't approve of the orange, but I approve of the product.
No orange tiles here, you will notice. Okay, let's talk about just customizing your tile.
Yes. So you know me, I love the idea of everything looking seamless.
Yes.
There's nothing that I hate more than having a beautiful tile, brand new tile floor, and then having a clunky, great cover on top.
Yeah.
So all these products here are called, from a company called Fits. It used to be called Aria Vent.
Okay.
And they have this way of really giving you that customized look without the price tag. So this is a vent that I spec on every single one of my projects where I install tile floor.
Beautiful.
And this is a vent. So a vent cover, this is their flush vent. And so you only have this small little rectangular air gap around here. So it gives that seamless look. It's
gorgeous.
This is a way to conceal your outlet. So you know in the backsplash, you have those ugly outlets.
And can you close it again just while we're on this? Look at that.
So you can have a full tile. This is the no-see receptacle. And then the last one.
Sexy, sexy, sexy.
The last one is this niche.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys you're gonna applaud for this one too. Hold on.
So this is a, oh, what is it? What is it?
This is the no-see shower niche.
Yeah.
So instead of seeing your shampoo and all your labels and products, it can be hidden behind this concealed marble custom door.
If I win the lottery, I'm not going to tell you, but those are going to be in my house.
Yeah.
They're so good. Let's go to break. More coming up on Home Day. Stay with us. Oh, yeah. Coming up, kitchen trends for 2024, and they're right up my alley.
Now, Tracy Moore, I know you love glamour and bling and shine.
Sure
I know you do.
Put that on my finger. Is it a ring?
Put it straight on your lapel.
Welcome back. We love looking at what's trendy in the design world, and next we are focusing on the kitchen. We've been doing a lot of kitchens today. Colin and Justin, you have brought incredible, beautiful treats that you might want to add to your space. So lots of customizable items, right?
Yeah, tons and tons of customizable stuff. But for everything here, Tracy, it's all about making statements, things that really improve your life that happen to reference current trends. There's so much spectacle to chat about.
So much good stuff. And we were listening to the BroLaws talking about kitchens, and we were thinking, you know, do you do custom? Do you do off the shelf? Whatever you do, the finishes are going to make a huge, huge difference. You know, and so if you're looking at faucets, you're looking at handles as well. These are the things you actually touch. You feel them in your hand. You can feel the quality in them as well. The great news about these are made by Rubinet in Canada. And they are fully customizable, so you can actually have them in Pantone colors. You can have them in different metals. Look, I mean, look at that. If you saw that in a jeweler's shop window, you would think, okay, I quite like those cufflinks and maybe that little kind of earrings as well.
I'll take it. Have them wrapped and sent to my home.
So gorgeous. It is bling for your bathroom and your kitchen, but quality. I mean, just when you actually grab onto that.
Oh, that's good.
That is amazing.
So you make a good point, though. The things that you are going to be touching constantly and everyone's going to have their hands on, there's definitely an argument for buying very quality items.
Absolutely, Tracy.
Very nice.
Moving on to stone finishes. Now, Caesar Stone's a brand that we all know, made here in Canada, but they also do this amazing porcelain range, which is just so fantastic. Now, I know that you like the touch sensation, so feel the ribbon, Tracy, in that.
Very nice.
Now, I don't know how much the camera can pick up there, but it's almost like the oxidization that would happen when stone is formed. You can see the fossilization in there, all the striation, the stripes, and the natural look. This is such an incredible product. It's so textural, it's so of the moment, and it kind of moves us away from a much more neutral palette where we've typically gone for a white kitchen with a white marble counter. This, for me, is definitely the way forward, and also made in Canada. What's better?
Did you say it's porcelain?
It is porcelain.
So they just keep getting better and better porcelain.
Oh, my goodness. It's so incredible.
It's not fussy.
It's not fussy, but you can pop a hot pan on that. You can use it as a chopping board as well.
That's so cool.
Incredible in the kitchen. You know,
Love
really
that.
good. Looking at doors, you know, Canadians are still into the whole Swede, Scandinavian hygge thing. You know, it's still a trend. But you know, doors. It's either a slab door, totally flat, or a shaker door with a really large frame on it. I think this is a great hybrid. You know, this is from Swedes Kitchens, who are an amazing Canadian company based out of Vancouver, but they actually do kitchens right across Canada as well. They have a great online service. And they have this incredible door, which I think, it looks like a photo frame. It looks like a picture frame. So suddenly your door is a piece of art.
And look at all the colors.
Look, the colors in that. I mean, you can
really
imagine that looks like a glacier, doesn't it? It's got that kind of Icelandic, super frosted timber look about it,
Yeah.
which is really on trend as well. You know, woods are getting less warm, going more into ashier territories.
And this
Absolutely.
company, I mean, they bridge that market between off the shelf and custom. You work with the company online, they assign you a designer.
Yeah.
So you do it all in the digital space. It's such a great thing. Now, Tracy Moore, I know you love glamour and bling and shine.
Sure
I know you do.
Put that on my finger. Is it a ring?
Put it straight on your
love it.
lapel. This, to me, is without doubt the world's finest coffee maker. Now, it kind of references our...
You didn't know what came out of it,
You
did
didn't.
you?
It's
You're
a
like,
coffee maker.
oh.
You put your coffee in this little thing here, you slot it under there, you fill this reservoir. Look at that. That's the signal and the signpost of Electra.
That's
It's like a
very
Rolls
nice.
Royce
Oh my God.
badge.
Yes.
So these come from Italy, but they're available in Canada by Zuccherini Importing. And I love this. So you fill the
Nice.
water reservoir. When it gets to the right temperature, hand lever down, it sends the water through the coffee. And it's almost like, you know, we're returning to record players and vinyl and touch sensation rather than everything automated in a button.
Yeah.
This is coffee, and you learn a language. It's like an invisible language between you, the user, and the machine. Press the handle down, out comes that viscous, gorgeous, foamy espresso. It is an absolute fantasy.
I need a coffee now.
I
do. Yummy.
Viscous, huh?
Viscous.
Viscous.
Okay.
I'm loving it.
What have we got here?
There's nothing viscous about this. You know, you're like, okay, they've got a timber floor and a kitchen trends piece. You know, it's a weird thing. When we first came to Canada and we were in condos, you noticed that actually they would have a timber floor, and then in the kitchen area, it was always tile.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, it's an open concept area. You want continuous flooring there. And it's not like
Right.
there's a washing machine sitting there, you know, that's going to pump water everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
So why not go for engineered flooring, you know? And these are
Right.
by Kentwood. And
Very
you can
nice.
actually use these in the kitchen with engineered flooring. Like, it's perfect if you're at the cabin because it's great if there's changes in temperature and moisture. And you can use underfloor heating with these as well. So Kentwood engineered flooring,
I
definitely
love
the way
that.
to
Yeah,
go.
with every manufacturer, Kentwood their kind of manufacturing process is such that the compression of all the boards and the polymers allow for heat to be transferred. So this is my favourite woody flooring.
And
Leave your
this.
slippers at the door
Indeed.
and that.
Oh,
Put it
hold
on
on.
my finger.
I love that.
You
And the
can
Screen
shop
Award
all
goes
of
to...
these.
Or also, hello, Madonna.
You can shop.
Do you know what I mean? Just
You
say
can
it.
shop all of these kitchen trends that Colin and Justin have shown us on that QR code on the screen right now. You're going to go directly to the product. Let's go to break. Go to break. Coming up, we try to have a friendly competition, but it quickly falls apart. Oh, you guys all say brick too. Okay, you're in good company.
Hey, we love wood over here. What can we say?
Welcome back, everyone. It's just me and my children. Hi, Mom. Me and the kids. Thought I'd line them all up for you. We're actually going to play a little game. So this game is called This or That, Home Edition, since it's Home Day, right? Featuring all of my children. Here are the rules. They're very simple. I'm going to throw 2 design options their way, and they must pick their favorite by standing in front of their preferred design option. Boys, do you get it?
We do.
Do you get it, honey? Do you get it, boys?
I got it.
Okay.
Mostly.
All right, here we go. Exposed brick or exposed beams? Pick a side.
I'm so in the middle, Tracy.
Exposed brick, exposed
Beams, beams.
I'm halfway
choose.
home. Oh, no, I can't do it, Tracy.
can't do it.
I won't share the love.
And you're alone.
I'm alone. I'm alone over here.
I'm going to join you just for fun.
Yeah, there
I
you
feel like you
go.
can play with color more. With exposed brick, you can paint it different colors.
Very
you got more
true.
options.
That's smart logic, actually.
Okay. Oh, you guys all say brick too. Okay, you're in good company.
Hey, we love wood over here. What can we say?
Come back in, come back in, come back in, come back in. Oh, sorry, honey. All right. Paint or wallpaper?
Oh, my gosh.
Paint?
Paint all day.
What does the audience say?
Hey.
You say wallpaper?
We got to paint.
There's a lot of trauma with wallpaper wrapped up into this question.
No, I gotta be in
A lot
the
of
middle.
trauma.
Raised in the 80s? 70s?
Demoing wallpaper?
Got it.
As a contractor, you don't want to take that wallpaper off.
Ripping and stripping.
No.
No,
Yeah.
thank you.
Middle.
We're middle, you know, because paint is beautiful, wallpaper is beautiful, both
Yes.
are incredible.
And?
Well, I'm going to go paint because there's
Your
less...
wallpaper.
Oh, my wallpaper? Well, that's smart. Hold on. I'm coming over to the brown side. Sorry. It's a good thing I'm pretty.
Just gorgeous.
Yeah. Just bless you. Yeah, I'm paint.
Nobody's on the wallpaper side. Well, you two kind of are. Okay, come back in. Come back in. We got another one for you. Open concept or closed concept?
Oh,
This is controversial. Open? Open, 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 open?
Which one's open?
Open.
Open?
Open.
That's,
I
wait,
gotta
which
go.
one is open? That's open.
I'm going
This is
middle.
open here.
I am
Oh my
wide
gosh,
open,
I'm
Tracy.
so happy you did middle.
We're
Can you
open.
defend your position? Because I'm over there too.
Yeah, I'm
here.
not fully over here.
Oh,
I'm now.
We want to share. I want congregational spaces.
Yeah,
I
me
want to
too.
see everything.
What did we learn during the pandemic?
I don't know one side from the other.
You need a room with a door. With a door. Okay, and you're okay with the with
I
having
like
rooms?
both. Sometimes I find like it's almost too much open concept. I like the
Yeah.
idea of a bit of separation,
A little bit.
and a bit of privacy.
I'm going to do something
Okay.
controversial. I'm changing my mind.
Oh!
Yeah. You made me think when you said closing it off when you've got a Colin McAllister in your house and you need a bit of peace and quiet, slam that door, baby.
I
Slam
would
the
love
door.
that. I'd love to put a door between us at some point.
This is getting dark.
Okay, here we go. Sectional or sofa? What are we going for, team? Are we going for a sectional, lots of space? Are we going for a sofa,
Sectional.
maybe a
I'm
little
gonna
bit
go
more
sectional.
passive?
It's got to be
Just
sectional.
a couple of
I'm gonna go over
you.
with the sofa team.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know what?
You know what? I'm surprised.
I'm feeling my sofa, you know, because
Yeah.
sometimes sectionals, they just spread out too much, you
Yeah.
know. It's like your granddad undoing his belt and lying on the floor.
The
We don't
man
want
spread.
that. Sometimes we need something that's a bit more tailored, in for the space. I'm down for the sofa. And then I can actually sit on the sofa. We can watch TV together.
There you go. Perfect little love
I like
seat.
sectional because it's got the word sex in it, Tracy. I'm not going to lie. To the point. Yeah, to the point.
And is that your reason as well?
No.
Okay. Why do you like a
it's not.
sectional?
I just think there's a lots of comfort there. I think you can
Yes.
get streamlined sectionals too. It doesn't have to be that lazy boy look anymore,
Yeah,
and it can really
yeah.
fill a space.
See, we had corner couch growing up, and it was a race to get to the corner because that's where you can lounge in both directions.
Absolutely.
Sharing space, I'm with you.
Absolutely. Yeah, very true. Okay, are we going for a bare floor or are we going for an area rug? Audience is saying area rug. Area rug.
Come on!
Area rug. Well, come here, Joey.
I could live in between. I haven't been here yet.
So I imagine that your problem with the bare floor is it a bit too cold?
Yes.
There's no delineation.
We just talked about heated floors.
Yes, we
got
did.
options.
And I want to know why you love it, why you think that could work.
Well, I mean, feel like you can see more of the mess when there's no rug to cover it up, so you
True.
can keep it cleaner. I like to
Yeah.
run around with my socks and slide around. That's what it comes down to. I love sliding.
Risky business. Yeah, that's it. That's the whole reason.
Fabulous.
That's kind of
I think
cool.
that's a very good reason. You know, you doing your Tom
Yeah.
Cruise, I'm down with that.
Well, the other thing is, when we do think about mess and clutter, a lot lives in those rugs. I mean, we have a pet, so it is tough to see everything when you've got the rug, so I understand why you want a bare floor.
But it looks so layered with the rug, Tracy.
Yeah, I
You
know.
then you see all that texture and it compartmentalizes and it states what's going on in that area.
Yes.
And it softens the sound as well. Your dog's running around on
Yes.
the floor.
Yes.
they
I'm a comfy, cozy person, so for me, my place is never going to be precious. It's always going to be about the people who live in it.
Yeah.
And we are the sort of people who sit on the ground a lot in our house. Do you do that?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we
We're
can-
like, there's
we fall
sofas
onto the
everywhere, and
ground.
we're like right on the ground in front of the fireplace. We're on the ground all the time, so we need rugs. I love that you played. I love that you disagreed. Well done, children. And they did it so nicely. We'll be right back, everyone. Stay with us. Good job. Psst, you. Yes, you. I've got a seat in Cityline's audience waiting just for you. Head to cityline.tv/tickets to go behind the scenes with your favorite experts, the chance at great giveaways, plus all the unexpected fun of bringing Cityline to your screens. What are you waiting for? Go click. We can't wait to see you. I enjoyed that game way too much.
Yep.
So we have one more this or that to ask our experts. This time it's winter themed. So, do you prefer winter hibernation or winter wonderland? Which are you? Do you want to get all
hibernation.
cozy, comfy? Do you want to go out on a luge?
Gotta be in the middle.
Do you want to go tobogganing? Are you the only winter wonderlander?
I'll be alone again.
Tell me what you... I like it. You got a little bit. You got a little bit.
Me and a half a Colin.
What do you like about winter? Because I'm with them.
This is where I want to be. We all know I live on the hibernation side in the wintertime, okay? But this is where I want to be. I want to make it fun. So I think especially just having young kids right now. I want to make it fun for them, and I want to throw snowballs.
Oh, I love that. Do you do any skiing or anything like that, or is it tobogganing, snowball fights?
Tobogganing for sure. Magic
Beautiful.
carpet ride all day.
Oh, I love that. It's a lot of fun. Colin?
I'm all into this, you know, because you're out there. I like to snowshoe. So you're out here, you get a bit of a sweat on, and then you go back to the cabin, and it's like this, you know. So you've been on the piste, now you can actually relax.
Oh, I like that. I just want to skip right to that. If there's any way. Really good. No matter what side you land on, we want you to get outside and enjoy everything winter has to offer. So we sent Cityline expert Julia Grieve on an adventure to enjoy the winter wonderland. Let's see what she got up to.
Skating is an easy and accessible sport for the entire family to enjoy. In Ontario, we can skate through a cranberry bog, through a forest, or even on top of a mountain. Welcome to Woodview Mountaintop Skating Trail at Blue Mountain Resort.
We're at Woodview right now. It's a 1.1 kilometer skating loop high up on the mountain of the Niagara Escarpment. It goes right by the Orchard Chairlift, as you can see, and it's such a great option for families and people of all ages to get out there. Even if you're not a skier, you can enjoy winter still.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, can I be as good as you?
Yes.
Oh my God, you're amazing.
Thank you.
I'll admit, I'm not as comfortable on blades as I am on skis, or even solid ground for that matter, but that's okay. Allie's here to show me everything I need to know.
With your heels, go
Oh my
open.
God, why am I so bad?
You're doing pretty good.
Okay,
you just
I'm
need to go
moving.
closer in.
Woo!
And then you gotta stop, so you gotta push out.
Okay, stop.
Nice, good stop, good stop.
Mastered that one. Here's the cool thing about this skating trail. You can skate at night. They light up the trail so we can skate the night away.
If you come at night, you see all of our lights, and they're timed to music, so it's a really fun experience for the little ones.
And then wander the village where it's all lit up, making every moment IG worthy. Oh yeah. Okay, somebody wants to come and do some skating. How do they go about doing that?
So you can go to our website, bluemountain.ca, and you're gonna want to look for the Play All Day ticket. It's just a great opportunity if you're not one to ski.
Yeah.
You can try all of these other
You
things.
can still
to Play All Day
totally
ticket.
be out here, be on the mountain,
Of course.
doing all these different things.
It also includes our Ridge Runner mountain coaster, which is Ontario's first mountain coaster. It goes up, speeds up to 42 kilometers an hour, which is super exciting. All through the forest, it's a beautiful experience.
All of it.
All the things at Blue,
All
the
the
things.
things.
Yes.
That was wild. Whew. Whew, I put myself back together.
That looks like so much fun. Julia gets all the fun assignments because she wants to be out there. She loves winter. And if skating on a mountaintop sounds good to you and you're in the audience today, you're in luck. After the show, we're going to draw for a 2-night stay at Blue Mountain Village. Lift tickets, Play All Day tickets. It's actually valued at $900, the package that we're going to draw for. So good luck to you. None of you tried to bribe me. I would have put you at the top of the list. You lost your chance. So now it's going to be a fair and equitable draw that we do after the show. And I have to say, I had so much fun today with this team. It was a lot of fun. I like to hibernate in winter, but I do like watching people have a good time outside. Learned a lot today. Vic, Colin, Justin, Joey, Dave, thank you so much for all the information. Thank you to all of our friends in the audience today. You're so much fun. Hi, Kathy. Thanks to everyone at home. Tomorrow's Fashion Friday. We'll see you then. Have a great